Common Senser, thank you so much for tuning in to watch today's video. Please remember to go to my YouTube channel and subscribe to Common Sense Mamita. Today, I'm coming out of my skin. I'm just so excited to be able to introduce you to one of my biggest support people and just an amazing, energetic, loving, creative, and brilliant actress. I'd like for you to meet my life coach and a brilliant actress and instructor. Please welcome Pam Heffler.
Thank you.
You are welcome. I want people to know all about you. So tell me how you got started in the business.
I was a dancer, always. From the time I was little, I grew up as a dancer. So I was always performing, doing shows and doing musicals, and that's actually where I thought I was going to end up, was doing musical theater, because I sing and I dance. And being really petite, by the time I was like 21, I was mostly playing little kid roles. And I, right out of college, went and did musical theater in
Where'd you go to
Somerset.
college?
I went to UMass Amherst.
Okay.
Yep. And was a dance major. But came to LA and got into a dance company and did lots of movies and music videos, and it was awesome. But I always felt like there was something more, and I felt like I was limited because of being tiny. And someone said, you know, you look really young, you should be an actress. So I started studying acting, and I just fell in love with it. It was a way for me to really find my voice. So it wasn't just, I think, about a career, but I think it was also a personal growth thing for me. And I just fell in love with it. Then I moved to New York and started to get really good training. And
Where'd you study?
I studied with Freddie Karaman. I did some Meisner technique. I worked with wonderful Sally Johnson and this other really wonderful teacher, Kelly Kimball, and you know, improv and all sorts of on-camera stuff, and then moved it. So I've been back and forth, LA, New York, LA, New York. Then when I got back here, I really settled in, was like, I'm really just focusing on acting, and I did quite a bit of theater, actually, when I got back here, which was super exciting. And really in the last, I would say 5 years, 6 years, just focusing on film and television, and yeah,
That's
so
awesome.
It's been a great journey, and funny enough, now I'm really getting back to dance for myself in a different way than when I was in my 20s.
And what kind of dance are you doing now?
You know, it's funny, I do a combination of both, sort of this, what's called 5 rhythms, which is this very free-spirited, almost meditative dance. I'm back to doing ballet and jazz again, like I used to do, and I actually went back to my original teacher.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's actually very humbling when you used to, like, really do this professionally as a dancer.
You are creating your own project right now.
I am. It's still in the working stages. I am really passionate about dance and children, and this is really a way to inspire kids to be self-expressed through dance. And so my dream is to have this as a series, but right now we're in the stages of creation.
Okay.
And yeah.
So you're in development.
I'm in development.
That's
for sure. And it's
fantastic.
exciting because to me that's sort of a dream, is to be able to bring my dance and my acting together.
That's awesome. Now, are you looking at it being a half-hour show, a kids show? What?
Well, I see it more as like probably a dramedy type
Oh,
thing.
okay.
Yeah.
Kind of
Yeah.
Glee-esque?
But not so Glee.
Okay.
To me, yeah. I think something not quite as Disney, but maybe a little bit more grounded,
Okay.
like a Judging Amy type thing
Okay.
with dance. So it's
Oh,
so
nice.
I wanted to deal with social issues, which means a lot to me.
So you started as a dancer, and then you transitioned or added acting to your resume. How did you get into teaching Pilates?
Well, you know, it was such an easy transition, actually. When I first started out as a dancer and I was in a dance company, I was waiting tables, I was young, that was fine for a few years. And I always felt that it was really easy for me to use my body as a way to do whatever, you know. And I started teaching aerobics, actually, when I was back in New York. Easy thing to do. And when I came here, I thought, you know, I really want to do something that's a little more mind-body, something that I can connect to. And having been a dancer, it was a great transition in terms of just supportive income. And I always felt like I want to do something that I care about, no matter what I'm doing, so that I wasn't doing something outside of acting that felt like a drain.
What are the benefits of Pilates? Name a few.
Okay, first of all, it's such a great way of connecting to your body. It's a great core strength, which you need for everything. It's great for rehab. I've had clients with bad backs. It's also great for athletes to cross-train. It's a holistic approach to working out that includes both strength and stretch. And you don't really get that necessarily in a lot of other workouts. And it feels good. So you're actually leaving feeling better rather than beat up.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so and it's something you can do forever.
And so for actors, you recommend Pilates?
Oh, totally.
Okay.
And it totally will reshape your body.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
So you went from dance to acting to also teaching Pilates, not leaving the acting, but just having that as a supplement to your income.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I was talking to a friend recently. We were talking about, how do we make money as we're pursuing our career? And I said, for me, it's like we have this boat that we're living in. And if I've got lots of leaks in my boat, that for me doesn't work. So I see my Pilates as a way to just keep my boat floating.
I believe that as an artist, if you're an actor and you're pursuing your career, you should do something on the side that strengthens your acting.
Oh, for
that
sure.
brings in income, that makes you still feel like a whole and complete actor, not somebody who's, well, I'm trying to act, but who really is an actor. If that means teaching somebody, if that means coaching somebody, that's what you want to do, as opposed to, I'm an actor, but I work at a library.
Yeah.
I'm an actor, but I work at McDonald's. I'm an actor, but, I work at H&R Block. There's nothing wrong with that, but it just strengthens you, I think, as an artist, to be able to use your experience, your expertise in the thing that you train, that you spend many, 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 many dollars to make yourself a better performer, to be able to say, I'm still making money at that. So with that, I want to talk about you not only doing that, but you also started coaching. You were you are a life coach, life coach. She's my life coach.
With such pleasure. That happened. I actually was in this fabulous acting class, and this woman came and talked about coaching, and she's like, I have a one-day whatever free thing. And I went and did it with her, and I was like, I hired her as my coach. And I fell in love with it, and we actually became friendly. And she looked at me one day, she goes, I think you could do this. And I was like, I don't know, what do you mean? She was like, I have so many clients, I would love you to work with me. And I really thought about it, and one of my friends said, Pam, you're doing this all the time anyway. I'm always inspiring my friends. I'm always, supporting them, listening to them sing their highest purpose and their highest vision. So it became, a really easy transition. And I get so excited to support people living their dreams. So that excites me, and so I get to do that all the time with my clients.
And I get the benefit of that. I get the benefit of her supporting her clients, and she supports well. You are like the best. I always feel that when we have our time together, I'm better equipped.
Oh, awesome.
That I end the phone call feeling more centered, more focused. One of the things that we talk about a lot in Common Sense Mamita is that you need a support team.
Totally.
You need accountability. And for me, what's been great in having you as my life coach is that you are my accountability partner. That, when we talk and you say, okay, what are you going to do the next few weeks? And I write it down, that it makes me get on purpose.
Yep.
To say, and my intention changes, because I go, I'm going to be talking to Pam in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and I need to be able to give her an account of what I said I was going to do.
Yep.
If I don't accomplish it, then I need to be able to come to you and be honest and say, I wasn't able to do this because I had this difficulty. I wasn't able to do this because this came up. And what has been real helpful to me, because in the beginning, I wasn't sure I wanted to do coaching.
Sure, yeah.
I was like, well, let's do one session. I don't know if I'm going to like this, but let's do one session. And I was like, oh, yeah, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is great.
Yeah.
And what it has done for me is to give me a better sense of myself.
Awesome.
If I want to do this, I have to be courageous.
Yep.
And to be honest with you about certain things that I'm not taking care of or I'm afraid to do. Because I remember in the beginning there were certain things that we would talk about, but I wasn't ready yet. I was scared. And
Sure.
and what was beautiful talking to you and having you embrace me and say, okay, you can do this and let's go forward, was that I was able to get past some of my excuses.
Awesome.
I was able to get past some of my fears. I was able to switch it into a positive. And so because of that, I am able to walk and go, this is an adventure and I'm having a grand time and I'm doing this because I want to do it. And I can say to you that one of the best things you've done for me is to give me back my confidence that I lost because I got so caught up in doing everybody else's work.
Sure.
And got so caught up in that 9 to 5. Even though I was still in the business, when we started, I was an assistant to the producer and then moved up the ranks and now I'm a producer. So it really just helped me to go, wait a minute, I've got to make time for me.
Yep.
That was the initial conversation we had, was
I remember
that I give my time to everybody else and I abandon myself. And so you've helped me to reclaim myself. And I would say to anybody, any artist out there, be you an actor, a writer, a filmmaker, a creative of any type, you really should invest in having a life coach. It can really eliminate a lot of bullshit because you get right down to the nitty gritty. And if you find the right life coach, there's so much love and enthusiasm that Pam has that gets me going. You know, it's like I look forward to our conversations. I look forward to, okay, I got to talk to Pam about this. We have to discuss this.
Yep,
and it's just nice to have that accountability.
I totally agree. And I have a coach too. Like, I couldn't do this alone. So what you were saying, I think, so important is that we need a support team. And everyone needs that, I believe. And it's accountability, but it's also just knowing that, like, someone has your back, that they hear you, and that they're part of your journey. And that's so beautiful.
Gives you that little push that's not offensive or assaultive, but it's like encouraging.
Yeah.